It did not start with violence. It started with love. 2 people. 1 apartment. 6 years of memories pressed into white walls and shared passwords. Photos from vacations still framed the hallway. Their laughter once lived in that space. On April 17th, at 9:16 p.m., love lasted 12 more seconds. Security footage shows Maya stepping backward in the apartment hallway. There is no audio, but her body language is clear. She wants distance. Her shoulders are tense. Her hands move in sharp gestures. Eric steps forward. Not dramatically. Not loudly. Just closer. In relationships shaped by control, closeness can feel like confinement. He reaches for her wrist. She pulls away. For a brief moment, it looks like the argument might end there. 2 adults, frustrated, walking away. Then it happens. A shove. Her body disappears backward down the stairwell. Concrete meets bone with unforgiving certainty. 12 seconds. He stands still. Frozen. The camera captures him staring down the steps. Shock. Panic. Calculation. It is impossible to know which thought arrives first. The camera never blinks. When paramedics arrive minutes later, Maya is unconscious. Severe head trauma. Internal bleeding. She never regains consciousness. The hallway is sealed off. Yellow tape stretches across the entrance. Detectives walk slowly, studying the stairs, the railing, the angle of the fall. There is no water on the steps. No broken tile. No loose edge. Her phone lies cracked on the landing. Eric tells officers it was an accident. He says she slipped. He says he tried to grab her. His voice trembles. His hands shake. But accidents do not usually follow months of escalation. Investigators pull phone records. Text messages begin to form a timeline of tension. Why didn't you answer? Who were you with? You're embarrassing me. If I can't have you, no one will. What once sounded like jealousy now reads like ownership. Friends describe changes in Maya over the past year. She stopped going out alone. She checked in constantly. She avoided arguments by agreeing quickly. Criminal behavior analysts later explain coercive control to the jury. It begins subtly. Monitoring. Isolation. Emotional pressure. Over time, the controlling partner builds a sense of entitlement. 2 weeks before her death, Maya searched for short-term apartment rentals. She was preparing to leave. Statistics show that the most dangerous period in a controlling relationship is when separation becomes real. When power feels threatened, volatility increases. On the night of April 17th, separation was no longer theoretical. Security footage becomes the centerpiece of the trial. The courtroom is silent when it plays. No narration. No dramatic music. Just movement. Maya steps backward. Eric steps forward. He grabs her wrist. She pulls free. He shoves her. Her body falls out of frame. 12 seconds. The prosecution replays it repeatedly. Frame by frame. They slow it down. They freeze the moment his arms extend. They highlight the force in his posture. A medical examiner testifies that the impact angle is consistent with a strong push from behind. Defensive bruising on her forearms suggests she tried to protect herself during the fall. Investigators also recover deleted searches from Eric's phone. Can pushing someone cause death? Difference between manslaughter and murder. The defense argues curiosity. The prosecution argues consciousness of guilt. In court, friends read messages Maya sent days before her death. I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. He gets so angry when I talk about leaving. Eric does not testify. The defense describes it as a tragic moment of anger. A push without intent to kill. A relationship argument gone terribly wrong. The prosecution calls it the final act of a pattern. Not premeditated murder in the traditional sense, but a deliberate act fueled by entitlement and rage. The jury deliberates for 9 hours. 9 hours to evaluate 12 seconds. When they return, the courtroom rises. Guilty of second-degree murder. Not an accident. Not simple manslaughter. Murder. The judge describes the act as a lethal eruption of control. Eric is sentenced to 28 years. He shows little emotion as he is led away. Maya's family does. Her mother later says it took him 12 seconds, but it will take them a lifetime to live without her. The apartment has since been repainted. The stairwell was repaired. New tenants passed through the hallway unaware of what once unfolded there. But the footage remains. Stored, archived, replayed in legal training seminars as a case study in escalation and criminal psychology. This was not a calculated ambush. There was no elaborate plan, no weapon purchased in advance. There was anger. There was entitlement. There was a belief that control could be enforced physically when words failed. 12 seconds were enough. Love did not slowly fade in that hallway. It detonated. And that is how 12 seconds turned love into murder. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch and listen to this story. Your support, attention, and presence mean more than words can express. Every view, like, and comment helps bring these stories to life. I truly appreciate you for being here. Until the next story, stay safe, stay curious, and thank you for being part of this journey.